Hello YouTubers, Philip here, and welcome to the 16th stage of this year's Tour de France, the Breakaway. The 16th stage is from Carcassonne to Bargnes de Lucian. Today's stage, my commentary level won't be at the level it normally is. I have pulled my right rib, I don't know, I did something when I slept last night, and I woke up and I just couldn't breathe, so it's been really tough trying to commentate today's stage, but I'm going to do my best. But I gotta say, every time I talk, I can really feel my ribs just hurting, so keep that in mind today's stage. When you comment on today's stage and you say, "Failure, I don't appreciate your commentary," just know that I wasn't on my max level. I'm not at max capacity for today's stage. But today's stage is going to be a very interesting stage. Today's stage is a downhill finish, but the other category climb in the end, the Porte de Ballet, is going to have an impact on today's stage. I think we'll see Nibali try to do something on the downhill today. Nibali has to be considered the main contender for today's stage. He's great uphill and he's even better downhill. But if Nibali won't take time on Contender today, Contender has to be favored. This guy has been climbing like no tomorrow, so I think Contender can also have a difference. He has something to say in today's stage. He's wearing the yellow jersey, and he wants to win more stages. They've only won one stage, and I think they want to win more, I really think that Tinkoff Saxophone wants to win more than they've done so far. And in last case scenario, the last guy who can actually do something in the GC currently is Chris Froome, and I think that Chris Froome also has to do something. So it's either Vincenzo Nibali, Alberto Contador, or Vincenzo Froome. Vincenzo Froome? Okay, let me take that over again. Alberto Contador, Vincenzo Nibali, and Christopher Froome. That's the correct order. Let's see who's it gonna be. Welcome to the first live images of the 16th stage of this year's Tour de France, the Breakaway. I would first like to say that I have pulled a rib, so my commentary might not be up to speed on what it normally is, but let's get on with it. We started off in Carcassonne with beautiful weather conditions, and soon after Christopher Froome gave the start, Daniel Kankert and Simon Jones win the breakaway. They came up to the first mountain classification of the day, the mountain sprint of the day. Sadly, we did not have TV pictures of that, but Christopher Blanc did take 1 point in that sprint. In the breakaway was Fabian Cancellara, Daniel Kankert, Ruben Plaza, Christopher Blanc, Simon Jones, and Marcel Wiss. So, as the Nat put one guy in the breakaway, they might be doing something for Nibali later on today's stage. They came up to the first category 3 of the day, which Christopher Blanc again took 2 points, and Marcel Wiss took 1 point. We came out to the first and only intermediate sprint of the day, where, as usual, the breakaway did not sprint, but down in the peloton we saw Peter Sagan outsprint John Degenkolb and DeMar to get some points. And we're now back into live images, and as you see, it's a very long stage, and we now have 107 kilometers to go, with a really hilly profile left to go. The final climb, Porte de Ballet, it's going to be very interesting, and with Daniel Kankert in the breakaway, we're most likely going to see Nibali try to bridge over and do an attack. Also, Alejandro Valverde has a guy in the breakaway, so we could see Alejandro Valverde and Vincenzo Nibali teaming up to beat Alberto Contador. Alejandro Valverde has already gotten 2 stage victories in this Tour de France. He might be hungry for more, who knows. But we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the final mountains of the day.
Hello everybody, my name is Vajeska Jan. I am a YouTuber who is doing pro cycling in 2014. Wait, do you also feel the ground shaking? It's been a week. Best subscribe to my channel if you like it. Bye guys.
Welcome back from the commercial break. As usual in the mountain stages, we have an extended coverage of this stage. And as you're joining us, Arnold Schoener's son, Thiago Machado, are going the breakaway. They want to try and go away and see if they can get a big enough gap to stay away on Porte de Ballet, the final outer category climb. But here we're going up to category 2, and it looks like Simon Jones are going for the mountain classification points. But Ruben Plaza is pacing him down, and so is Marcel Wiss and Daniel Kankert. It looks like Fabian Cancellara is no longer able to follow the pace of the guys in the front. And Simon Jones looks like he's dying, but he got over the edge, and he's going to get, what is this, like 5 points he gets on the top, or is it, yeah, it's 5 points. Simon Jones got 5 points. So where does that put him in the overall mountain classification? It puts him nowhere. But it looks like Fabian Cancellara is now back though. But down in the peloton, we do see Tinkoff Saxophone setting quite a high pace, and I think they are afraid. They're really afraid of Daniel Kankert and Ruben Plaza in the breakaway. They don't want Nibali and Valverde to have helpers out there. Nibali is probably the biggest threat, because we've seen him do really good so far in the mountains, and he's been the only guy other than Froome being able to follow Contador and maybe counterattacking Contador. So you don't want to give him help of any sort. You just want to make sure that you're all on level grounds and just do your best. But now we're going up to category 3, and we're going to have some rest, and then we're gonna go out of an outer category climb, which is Port de Ballet. And this long downhill will favor the breakaway, but the breakaway currently only has like 4 minutes on the peloton, which is not enough to stay away, I would assume, on the peloton if we see fireworks. But that downhill is gonna make a lot of guys nervous. Like, we all know that Thibaut Pinot is not liking downhills. Thibaut Pinot is probably the guy who's all famous for not liking downhills whatsoever. So we're probably gonna see Thibaut Pinot pulling the brake and maybe lose time in the white jersey classification. Meanwhile, Vincenzo Nibali, the Shark, is known for his downhilling capabilities, or abilities, not capabilities, but abilities. He's known for his downhilling abilities, and we're gonna maybe see him try to pull something on Contador on the downhill, but I'm sure Contador in the yellow jersey will be away to every attack and try to follow. And currently he's just trying to burn guys like Hernandez and Paulinho, because they're not gonna be any help going up the Port de Ballet. Category 3, there might be some help, but throughout the stage, they've already burned Matteo Tosato, Daniel Benatti, and Michael Murkoff. They can't do much when it goes upwards, but on flat roads, they're specialists at what they're doing. And they're just keeping Contador out of trouble while pacing down the breakaway. And they haven't really been good at keeping a leash on them. But Daniel Navarro is off, and he's being followed by Jan Bakkens, but Navarro is blocked into the right side of the road. But here he goes, he's going off, he wants to get a stage victory, but I just think the pace is too high for him. I legitimately think the pace is too high for him to really get anywhere. We've also been seeing that Cannondale's been sitting up here with Sabatini and DeMarchi. Does Sagan have any chances of surviving that mountain? I know it's an outer category climb, but if we don't see an attack from GC contenders, a guy like Sagan could possibly survive. It's very unlikely, but we've seen stranger things before in the tour. In the tour, anything can happen. But I think this is too late for Daniel Navarro. Navarro should attack the way with Jonason and Mercado, but right now, it's too late. He's already got 20 seconds up there. He's just wasting energy. But Bart de Klerk and Peter Fields are also going. There are a lot of young guys trying to attack away. Bart de Klerk might be a pre-attack from Jurgen van den Broek, but Jurgen van den Broek is nowhere in Jovo GC, so I think it's more for the stage victory maybe, but we see a lot of teams setting up. What are they going to try to do on this final climb? We have the scene set. Now you just got to try to do your best and stick with it to the finish. Jan Bakkens tries to go again. He wants to get away, but no. Paulinho and Hernandez close on him. That's not fair racing strategies, but they're doing it. I might see them get punished afterwards, but it does not look like it. Now Jan Bakkens finally got away after a lot of time just being stuck. But this high pace had a lot of guys getting fallen behind slowly and slowly. I mean, nobody likes this high pace. When you see back, Cheng Ji, Adrian Petit, and Nilson Oliveira. Also, Matthew Heyman is not looking too good. We could see him fall behind. Oh, by the way, in the front, Simon Gerrans won it. I forgot to take a look at that. Sorry, my bad. The cameras were not up there. Let's take a look at the points, though. Simon Gerrans took 2 points, and Ruben Plaza took 1 point. So Simon Gerrans is moving up in the overall mountain classification, but it's not. Is it too late? I think it might be a bit too late for a guy like him to get this, though. Meanwhile, Tinkoff Saxonbank still setting a high pace. They've only got 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the breakaway, but the breakaway is still gaining time. It's not looking good for the peloton at the moment. Tanel Kanker and Ruben Plaza can really play a role in the end. With this high of a gap, they can really make a difference. And with 60 kilometers to go, nothing is settled yet. None of the GC guys have gone, but a lot of guys have brought guys to the front to try and bridge over. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. We're going to see a lot of the other GC contenders try to attack Alberto Contador early and then create a gap. That's what I'm thinking, but I mean, it's all wishful thinking. We never know if they're actually gonna attack, but I mean, they probably have to. With the stages left, there are 3 stages left in the Pyrenees, and they have to do something. I mean, you have today's stage, you have the Playa Dis stage, and we have the Rotterdam stage. They have 3 days to go to try and take, 8 seconds on Contador if you're Nibali. Let's take a look at the rankings. 8 seconds for Nibali, 33 for Froome, 1 minute and 12 seconds for Valverde. I mean, you really need to take some time somewhere, and can you take it today? It's definitely possible, but you will really require to pull off a technical mastermind, or tactical mastermind. Let's see, like, I think Lotto Belso could probably do it, because I have Bart de Klerk, and Bart de Klerk is a very good helper out there, but can he set the pace when a guy like Contador catches up, or if a guy like Contador catches up? It's going to be very interesting to see. Meanwhile, we still see Contador and his team setting a high pace. We wonder when we'll see Roach and Rogers and these guys get to the front. I mean, they have to set the pacing soon. I mean, they got a really tough climb. And if we see Roach and Micah and Rogers and these guys setting the pace, could really make a difference in the end. We've seen Roach and Micah be a really big help for Contador in the mountains. They've been there when he needed them. And Rogers has been good in the smaller climbs. I mean, Rogers doesn't have the exact same climbing abilities as Micah and Roach do, but he's still good enough in the mountains. He can still make a difference, at least. That's what we've been seeing so far. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, Hernandez and Paulinho are still in the front. Let's take a look. Where is Nibali placed? Nibali's in the polka dot jersey, and he's sitting all the way down here. He's not well placed. If we see an attack now, he would not be ready. He would definitely not be ready, and it could make a difference though. But now when other guys go to the front, these guys will be hurting. Alejandro Valverde is the first guy to attack. I said if a guy attacked, they wouldn't be ready, and it doesn't look like they were, because there goes Alejandro Valverde. He wants to go off early. Rodriguez is also going with him. This is gonna hurt some people. This is definitely gonna hurt some people. This is not good for a GC contender like Nibali, who's already far behind. And we see other guys setting the pace now. Mike and Paulinho and Rogers are now responding to this, setting a high pace, helping Contador. How much of a gap do they have? They already have 48 seconds. There goes Nibali. There they all go. They're setting a very high pace. How are they going to react to this? We got to see Contador react to this pretty soon, because they just can't let them go like that. That's just too early. They can't let them go. That's just weird. But Valverde already has 45 seconds. That's not looking good for Contador. But Mike and Rogers are doing a really good job at the front, setting a high pace for Contador. This is looking good though. But there goes Nibali again. Mike and Rogers are still setting the pace, but Contador is getting left behind. The pace is too hard for Contador, and Scarpone is utilizing the blocking technique. He's blocking him, and it looks like Mike has done. But in the front of Valverde, Rodriguez has 20 seconds. That's a fast 20 seconds they got there, and Rogers and Mike are done for the day. With 34 kilometers to go, it's only Roche left that can help Contador. Let's see. There they go though. There they're going though. There they are going. Can they get away? That is the question. Can we see them get away now? Probably have to try. Meanwhile, we're just seeing all the guys falling behind. Contador's got Roche helping him though, and it's not going upwards yet. It's not going upwards, but we still see 3 guys in the front. Mollema is still up there. Valverde is still up there. Port goes to the front. Port is setting the pace with Scarpone and Kirienka. But here they go now. They're gonna hit the climb very soon. They're only meters away now. They gotta get ready. We see Contador and Roche chilling in the front. Roche is pulling very nicely for Contador. It's looking good. He is getting ready to create a gap. How much of a gap do the guys in the front have? They only have 1 minute 48. It's all gonna come together on the what's it called again? My bad. I forgot what it's called. Let's take a look. It is called Port de Ballet, or Col de Ballet. It's gonna come all together on this final climb, and we're gonna see guys do their best and try and create separation. And they're on it right now. There they're going. The first attacks are on the climb. Valverde, Rodriguez, and Mollema are going once again. It failed before. And there goes Froome as well. Froome is trying to get away. Jan Bakeland's gonna come down. He might actually block Roche and Contador. This could be very crucial for the stage. But there goes Valverde. Valverde tracking once again. Contador can't follow. And where is Nibali? Nibali seems to be nowhere. Nibali, where is he? He's sitting down here. He's all isolated. Meanwhile, Scarpone's trying to set the pace in the front. It's not looking good for Nibali though. Nibali has been distanced somewhat. Froome still trying to set the pace up here though. But where are all the GC contenders? This is such a clusterfuck in the end. In the front though, Marcel Vis and Reblon are going. Marcel Vis and Christophe Reblon are going. On the left side, there goes Valverde. And there's Froome, but where is Contador? Contador is sitting down here. He's sitting side by side with Nibali. These two are the 2 big losers of today's stage so far. Contador has to put a lot of effort into catching up to Froome and Rodriguez and these guys. But there's still lots of climbing left to do. There's a black spot coming up real soon. And if you're not sitting well, you're going to be in trouble. But it looks like Contador is caught up to his favorites group. And now we have a 43-man group up here. Meanwhile, in the front, we have Christophe Reblon and Marcel Vis. But it looks like they're going to get caught very soon as well. But there goes Spielak. Peter Wheelings are going. Wissam and Spielak. Also, Scarpone's trying to go to the front though. They're trying to set a nice pace going up the climb. But I can't believe that Michel Scarpone's going now. They're all trying to tag on Contador. They want him to create separation. They want Contador to set the pace, but Contador can't have anyone going. Contador can't afford to have any of the other guys having riders in the front. There's only 10 guys left in this front group. Contador is still setting the pace though, but he's got a gap. The yellow jersey's got a gap, and the other guys can't. Contador utilize his gap now. He has to start pacing. He's got a group up here. When is Scarpone gonna go back and help them? These guys have 20 seconds on the main group, but no, it looks like it's all going to come together now. Contador was blocked and was not able to create any separation once he caught up to this group now. There was some nice tactics by Astana and Jan Bakeland. So was it Marcel Vis? I think it was Marcel Vis who blocked Contador when he got up there. He's still keeping up a high pace though. It looks like it might all come together. Can Contador create separation? We're looking at Contador. He's trying to create separation, but it does not look like he's able to do it. On the left side, there goes Froome again. Froome is off. Can Froome create separation? Yes, he can. He's got a 10-second gap on Contador. We gotta see Contador still keep up the pace now. Contador is the one setting the pace, but it looks like Nibali has been dropped. Nibali has been dropped from the Contador group. He is down here. He's losing time. He's losing valuable time. Contador is getting time on Vincenzo Nibali. This is bad for Nibali. Nibali is losing the second place. Meanwhile, Froome is taking time. Froome is taking loads of time on Contador and the other group. Let's take a look. Who's all in this group? It's Contador, Valverde, Rodriguez, Peter Wheelings, and Scarpone. And we still got 20 kilometers of downhilling to do. But Contador is bridged over to Froome. We now have a 2-man group in the front. Contador and Froome going together on the downhill. But Nibali has been distanced. He's got a big gap. He's 1 minute down. This is the day that Nibali loses the second place. I can tell you that. But who's going to be the big winner? Contador or Froome? It's all going to come down to the downhill. Who is the strongest on the downhill? Contador or Froome? Can they work together? that's also the question. If they can work together, they can get a lot of time on the other guys. And I also think this makes sure that Contender is now in the overall pocket out jersey. But Contender and Froome will be working together now on this downhill thing. Or at least they have to. They're taking so much time with the other GC contenders. I mean, they have 40 seconds down here. And let's take a time gap from Nibali. How much time does Nibali have? But Nibali is a great downhill. We'll be seeing him take a lot of time on this downhill. We already see the gap is decreasing really fast down to Contender and Froome. They're going to try to work together. But when you have guys like Valverde, Rodriguez, and Mollema setting the pace to catch up to you, it's not looking good. And Froome is not able to. He's not willing to help Contender. Froome is not willing to help Contender. This is bad. They can both take a lot of time if they're willing to help each other, but they are not willing to help each other. Froome and Contender sitting side by side. None of them are willing to help each other. This is madness. What's going on? Why are they not helping each other? They've got a huge gap on the other riders. If they can just work together, they can secure first and second place. But no, they're not working together. They're riding for the stage to win. Meanwhile, Valverde's catching up now. Valverde's doing a really good job catching up. Contador is still trying to set a high pace, though. He does not ride for the victory in today's stage. He is riding for the yellow jersey. He's trying to ride Nibali out of the GC, and it's looking like it's gonna work. Let's take a look at the white jersey, though. Mika Karkowski sitting down here, and he's taking time on Pinot and the other guys. Yes, Pinot and Bardet are not willing to attack. Meanwhile, Contador is still in the front. He's trying to set the pace with Christopher Froome. It's not working, though, and with 8 kilometers left, they only have 30 seconds on Nibali. It's not looking good for the two guys in the front, but they slowed down. Yes, they have. They have slowed down in the group behind them. They have simply slowed down. What are they doing? The Contador and Froome has a minute now. It looks like Contador and Froome are going to take the stage and a hell of a lot of time in the overall GC. What are they doing? They're slowing down. They're going to have a 2-minute gap now. What is going on in this group? They can't work together. But Contador is basically riding Froome into the finish line. Contador has to try to do something to Froome. And there he goes. He is trying to attack, but Froome is right there. Froome is following that. Froome is ready to go for it. But now they start looking at each other. They're starting to look at the stage. Who's going to take it? They both got to be ready. They're both fast guys in the finish line. They've stopped thinking about the GC. They realize there's only these two guys who can fight for the stage. And they've already got a minute and 30 seconds on the other GC contenders. They will try to take the stage, but who's going to take it? They've completely slowed down. Froome is not leaving Contador wheel. They're both getting ready, but Contador's trying to slow down, though. 1.5 to go. Who's going to be first one to make the final move? It's going to be close, though. Who's it going to be? They go into this turn, and there goes Contador. Contador accelerates, but Froome is on his wheel. Froome is ready to counter sprint. It looks like Froome has the best possible wheel for today's stage, but Contador is a fast sprinter, and there he goes. It looks like he's something to go, but 800 minutes to go. There goes Froome on the left side. Can Froome get a gap? Can Froome overhaul Contador on the line? It's going to be really close, but yes, it does look like Froome is the strongest on the line. Christopher Froome takes the victory on today's stage, or does he? Yes, he does. Sadly, Christopher Froome was the strongest in the end, but all Contador was trying to do there was get time on the GC, and it worked out for him. He might have lost the stage, but he took 50 seconds on Vincenzo Nibali in the end, and he tried playing the waiting game in the end to get the stage, but it didn't work out for him. He took 50 seconds. He took 50 seconds on Vincenzo Nibali. This is crazy. I think it's all going to come down to the time trial. The way it's looking right now, Christopher Froome and Alberto Contador will be battling out on the time trial. But I want to see a quick replay, because was it a tactical mistake for Alberto Contador to wait? I mean, Alberto Contador waited in that final sprint to see if he could win the stage instead of just keeping the pace up and take as much time as possible. It might have been a mistake, but he got kind of greedy in the end. Let's take a replay of that. I want to see a replay of that. I have paused the replay just inside the final 5 kilometers. Let's run the clip. As you see here, Alberto Contador was setting a really high pace on the downhill. He was trying to keep Nibali away, and here he attacks to see if Froome is awake, but Froome sadly is awake, so we did not see Alberto Contador attack away. But here, they realize that it's a waiting game. They have a minute and 30 seconds on the other guys, and they can take this time to wait and try to play for the stage win, but Froome was ice cold. Froome knew what to do, and Alberto Contador could not shake him, and he had to try and surprise him by sprinting early, but Froome was stuck onto his wheel, and the amount of efforts that Contador used on the downhill sadly made it show that he could not outsprint in the end. But it was pretty close between Froome and Contador, but Contador takes the second place. Let's take a look at the podium and see how the new GC looks like. Christopher Froome wins the 16th stage of this year's Tour de France, the Fairway, and they took 49 seconds on the other GC contenders, and I think this puts the nail in the coffin of Nibali's chances to win the Tour de France. I don't think Nibali can do it anymore, because Nibali is not stronger than Contador in a time trial. It's only Froome. And yes, here we see Contador in first place, 33 seconds down to Froome. Froome can easily get that in the time trial. Nibali, 57 seconds behind. It's going to be tough. Valverde, Mollema, Rodriguez, and these guys, they're out of contention in my opinion. But Porter's looking good. Scarponi's looking good. That's weird. how is Caponi and Port both up there? That's going to be a good fight for the overall team classification. Peter Sagan extended his lead in the overall green jersey classification today when he won the intermediate sprint, or at least the peloton did. And we see that Cavendish potentially could catch up. Like, Cavendish is going to get it if Sagan abandons, but I don't see that happening, sadly. Or not sadly, but if you're watching through Cavendish's viewpoint, it's sadly. But yes, as I said on the stage, Alberto Contador is wearing the Pogacar jersey for tomorrow's stage, and I think he's gonna keep it. He's looking really strong, and Nibali or Froome would need to win a stage in the mountains to take this jersey away from him, but it does not look like that. But the yellow jersey is gonna be decided on the time trial. We still have, I know it's early to say, but Play Ade and Horacan are still very tough stages, and if they can pull something off, we could see Contador losing the yellow jersey. But I don't like the way Contador's been riding the mountains. I don't see Contador losing it in the mountains, but on the time trial, I think it's gonna be very close. So we could see a difference of seconds on that time trial. I just think Froome is gonna dominate that time trial, and then Contador is gonna be like 30 to 40 seconds behind. So Contador needs to take like a minute on Froome to really have a chance of winning this. And currently he only has 33 seconds. He needs to find time somewhere in the Horacan or Play at this stage. Both very exciting stages coming up, and who knows, if it's really close, we could see them attack on the Champs-Élysées. If it's really close enough, we could definitely see an attack on the Champs-Élysées. Okay, that is it, guys. I will see you guys in the studio. Actually, first of all, I want to show you guys how all the GCs are looking, because you guys have been asking me in the comment section how the GC are looking. So you can now pause the video, and if you're interested in anyone, you can just take a look at where they are at. Nicholas Roach actually in 24th position. He's been helping Contador, doing a really good job. Rafael Maika in 44th position. Fabian Cancellara, strangely enough, is up there. Let's take a look at the Le Tourne Rouge. I think a lot of people will be interested in that. It is most likely Cheng Ji. Yes, it's Cheng Ji by an hour. He is an hour slower by anyone else. That must be a new record in the Le Tourne Rouge. But I'll see you guys in the studio. What a stage! Christopher Froome got his first victory in the Tour de France, and congratulations. Alberto Contador pretty much handed that victory to him in the end. Alberto Contador was pacing that entire mountain and the downhill, and Froome was just following his wheel in the end, and there was nothing Contador could do. Do you think Contador should just have went all out and just realized he pretty much lost to Froome? Like, he pretty much lost the stage. In the end, he played the waiting game and tried to win the stage in the end. Didn't really pan out for him the way he wanted to it. Do you think he should have just went full speed and just take as much time with the other contenders as possible? Or do you think 50 seconds is enough to keep Nibali, Valverde, Rodriguez, and Mollema, I think it was, out of contention? Do you think that was enough? Do you think it was a smart decision? But nonetheless, we spoke to Dave Brailsford after the stage, the Sky manager. Let's hear what he had to say about Froome's performance in today's stage.
With all this talk of Contador, Nibali and Valverde, it's great to put Sky on the map as well. We've been looking for a stage win all tour, and we finally got on with Chris, here in the Pyrenees. I have complete confidence in Chris taking the yellow jersey in the final time trial, and Tuchel can eat his heart out. Sky has taken the yellow jersey for the 3rd year in a row.
He sounded pretty happy, and Froome is definitely in form. He must have been tired hearing about Valverde, Nibali, and Contador. These guys have all done good, and Froome has been kind of sidelined this year's tour, but now he's finally showing form, and with 2 Pyrenees stages left and a huge time trial, nothing is decided yet. But thank you guys for watching this episode. Please leave a like. Please consider that my rib really hurts like right now. I'll show it to you, but I don't want to blind you with my white stomach. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys around.